Hey, babe. Welcome back to the Bae Talk Podcast, your new favorite space for bold conversations, healing truths, and unapologetic growth.
We're your hosts,
Phoenix Rose
and Alani Imani, women on a mission to help you build, achieve, and elevate into the woman of God that both you and God know you're meant to be.
Around here, we talk faith, feminine energy, purpose, mindset, and relationships. We're also going to be talking about how to level up without losing yourself.
This ain't just a podcast. It's a whole vibe. A community, and a call to stop settling and start becoming, right? So, if you're ready to grow through what you go through, reclaim your power, and glow like the bae you know you are, tap in every week for your soul-fed conversations and real talk that reminds you.
You are the prize.
You are the blueprint.
You are the bae.
Welcome to the Bae Talk Podcast.
Let's glow, bae. Come! We back and we better than ever. Ain't that right? Yes. Episode 4. We about to get a little bit deep in the black community. In the what? In the black community. In the black community. And why we feel like we are supposed to stray away from going to therapy. I never understood that. I do not get it. I don't know why we as black people feel like, oh, we can't do therapy. We're not supposed to talk to nobody. All right. You want to keep talking to the people in your head? Or do you want to try to get some help?
Well, let's be honest. How many of us can really say we grew up hearing somebody say, I'm about to go to therapy?
Baby, I did. Because my mama did not play.
You did?
I was in therapy as a kid.
Girl.
I had a lot going on. The devil was my friend. And he made me do and say things that a kid should not have been dealing with. Really? I was in therapy. And when I met my godmother when I was in 4th grade, her husband was a pastor. She was in church. I got in that church. But I also was in therapy.
I never knew that.
Yeah, that's not a... Yeah. Yes, baby. The devil was my friend, honey. I vividly remember how he looked. I vividly remember the things that he would tell me to do. That was a friend in me as a kid. When I got baptized, he went away. For me, being in therapy, because at the end of the day, as a kid, you don't know some kids do, right? And then some kids don't.
Yeah. The
realization of how hold on the Lord can have on you, I didn't know. That it was him, but it also, I feel like it was my therapist. I feel like he sends people to help.
He does.
And I feel like some therapists is the people that he sent to help. And for me, I had an amazing therapist. I was on medicine. I still have my papers now to this day that tells me everything that I did in elementary school, middle school, and stuff like that. I stopped taking my medicine when I got in 9th grade. To me, I will never shy away from therapy. I am 34 and I need therapy now. And I feel like you growing up, if you went through some traumatic things, you suppress it in your mind.
Yeah.
A lot of people, I feel like they don't like to go to therapy is because your therapist is about to unlock Pandora's box in your head.
Yeah.
They about to unlock everything that you thought that you was going to be able to bury with you and no one knew. Oh, them skeletons is coming out of every closet, every way, and not a lot of people can handle it. So that's why I feel like black men and females, we don't like to go to therapy.
Yeah.
But for me, before I crash out and kill my damn self or kill somebody else, I'm gonna seek him, but then I'm about to seek some professional help that's here that they can talk to me as well.
Yeah. Well, if you can't tell, today's episode, we are unpacking why therapy still carries a stigma and what healing truly looks like for us. Because this is something that we as black people, not just women, we, especially black men, we don't talk about therapy enough. We don't seek therapy enough. And I think I'm in a point where I actually need therapy. And
I know I need it.
Yeah.
I'm not one that's about to shy away. The only thing I don't be liking when people be like, bro, you got something wrong with you. All right, and motherfucker, you got to find out what's wrong with me because I don't like that.
I think one of the reasons why, and there are multiple reasons why the Black community, I think, doesn't seek therapy as much as we should. For Black men, I think it's because they're told they have to be strong all the time. They can't show any weakness. And some Black men feel like going to therapy, talking to somebody about their problems. Yeah, they feel like it's so.
And that's why you're battling what you're battling. That's why you're over here not knowing if you want to beat this girl up, not knowing if you want to smoke crack, smoke weed, not knowing if you want to go rage and want to kill people on a killing spree because you are battling.
I seen Young Thug say he feel like less of a man if his girl go to therapy.
Because they go to come talk to him.
Yeah, no.
Sir, do you not realize
certain things you can't
and this is no shot at him, because I don't know him.
Yeah.
But do you not realize that you battling some shit yourself?
You're right.
Do you not realize that you, in your mind, you may be the best version or the best man that you feel like you are, but in an outsider's mind, you're not. So why would your person feel comfortable coming to you when you have so much going on yourself? The crazy thing is, sir, you need therapy as well.
Exactly.
And doing it together could be helpful, you know. And the thing is, if I had a significant other, whether it's a female or a male, and I see the signs that I know that I dealt with, hey, either you gonna go get help, we gonna go get it together,
right?
We gonna do something about it, or I'm leaving. Because what you're not going to do, especially if I'm in deep with really trying to find out and really get to where I want to go, to where I ain't got to harbor the old things that have happened, where I'm still having dreams about them, nightmares about them. I can be good for 6 months and then 3 months I'm having dreams about the same thing over and over. If I'm deep like that and my therapist helping me, and you think that you got to bring your trauma, you got to bring your trauma bonds, and you got to bring your skeletons and demons on top of my stuff, we can't be there.
Right.
Because there's no way in the world I'm getting the help that I need and I'm trying to better myself, and you feel like because your homeboy might think that you a pussy because you going to get therapy. That ain't your homeboy.
Yeah.
Because if your friends don't want better for you mentally, physically, financially, spiritually, anything that can upgrade your level of life, if your friends do not want that, they are not your friends.
Exactly.
Because if I tell my friends, hey, I can't go out because I got a therapy session at 9 in the morning, oh, you suck, bro, you lame. I promise you, that probably be your last time that we
round it up.
We can't, I don't need that because it's serious.
Yeah.
And it's some amazing Black therapists that can really help you because that's what they went to school for. You just gotta be willing to want to do it. And it's just like, I get it. For me, to reopen, because like I just stated, to reopen something that I feel like I closed, I take on energy. So I don't want to be depressed for days.
Yeah.
And that's what would happen is I will be depressed for days. And it's just like, I know I'm depressed and I'm sitting in it. And I'm sitting in it because it's just like, I might as well, because my next therapy session is going to bring something more. Right. And I don't know if, I haven't done therapy as a grown up. I did it as a child. So I don't know if that is a mechanism that they do to where you gotta be in your you gotta sit in your depressed to be able to overcome it. I don't know. I do want to go ahead and find out if that's what that would be, but I feel like I'm scared.
Yeah.
Because if I get in it, am I gonna be able to come out of it? No matter if I continue to go to therapy, no matter, because the thoughts can go back to everything. That's just for me. It's just like, do I want to tack on that? Is that what I want to do right now in my life?
Yeah.
Where I feel like I'm at peace, but I know for a fact I'm battling some stuff. You want to go back to that? I think you should. You might need to.
But what if your therapist? Because I haven't taken on therapy. So what if your therapist gives you coping mechanisms, not coping mechanisms, but tactics
That's what they're supposed to. But the thing is, are you going to do it?
Yeah.
How deep are you in this depression to where you're not even really remembering what your doctor done told you?
Yeah.
You're not even doing what your doctor told you. Your doctor said go write your mama a letter.
Right.
And you gotta express everything of how you feel. So that means
I'm so glad you said that.
You are bringing up everything that you felt like you was over.
Mm-hmm.
You felt like you overcome. You felt like me and my mama, we in a good space, so I'm not even gonna bring this up. But in order to really move forward and do, you have no choice.
So one thing I used to do as a kid, that just, when you said write your parents, your mom a letter, one thing I used to do as a kid growing up, I used to write letters to my parents, like when they just said, ooh, made me so mad. Like I would literally write all of my feelings out on a piece of paper. Either I would throw it away, burn it up, or sometimes I would give it to them if I just really needed to. The last time I wrote my dad a letter, I was probably like 23. And I just really put everything out because me and my dad used to go at it. And so I just used to be like, I said, this is the last time we will go through this. I just needed to put all this out because I think the way I showed up in relationships back then was because of how my relationship with my dad, like reacting towards my dad. But I said it to say, like, yeah, that might be a tactic. Like, even if you don't give it to your parent, like, write it out. I'm a person, that's why I said I want to do journals. Because I really think, like, enough people aren't in tune with how they feel, even if it's just writing it down. Like, it ain't gotta be, like, in letter form. Maybe if it's just, like, today I feel, today I'm experiencing, just to get it out there. And I also think that a lot of us don't go to therapy is because, we don't want to unpack a lot of stuff after we've overcome it. It's like, okay, I've gotten over it and I feel like I feel, but I know I'm still battling with some things. Like, it's like, you know how some people get shot and they still have like fragments of a bullet in them. It's kind of like that. It's like, I went through the surgery and they've got most of the bullet out, but I still have those fragments that can still puncture, or, if it's moving the wrong way, it can still hit an artery. And that's kind of how like trauma is. Like if you're triggered in the wrong way, it can still bring up a past emotion, a past reaction.
And that's why a lot of people don't go to therapy.
Yeah, I agree.
So that's just what it is. It's just like, I don't know. You just gotta be willing to want it to. I feel like it's going to take more than just a therapist. I feel like it does take having faith in the Lord and knowing that this is going to be okay. And then you have that extra which is the therapist, to be able to give you the things. It's just, because I can only speak for me because I can't speak for everybody else. For me, am I going to be in therapy 2026? Yes, I am. And it's not because I'm just going through so much to where I'm just depressed or whatever. I have small things that I battle, and I want to have more than one way of how I'll be able to cope with it, or have more than one way of how I can overcome that to where I can have a better relationship with certain people. I can talk to y'all a better way, and y'all don't get the aggravated me because y'all aggravate me, but then I'm also aggravated about a dream I had.
Right.
And I always be trying to tell people, if I'm quiet, let me just sit in that.
Yeah.
You don't have to bother me. I don't have to talk to you. Like, I used to have issues when I used to go to work, and when I had to physically go in, and because of what's going on in my life, if I didn't speak to people, y'all took that as she not messing with me today.
Yeah.
Oh, she not fucking with me. She don't want to talk to me. Oh, here we go again. And it's just like, no, you don't know what's going on in my head. And if you did, the way that I want to react and the things that I want to do, they not holy.
Yeah.
So it's just like, if you know me, then you know if I get quiet, of course that's not me.
Yeah.
That's because I'm the life of the party, and that's just how I feel like I am. I bring joy to people's life. That's just how I feel. I bring excitement to people's life.
Yeah.
Bitch, if your life dark hole, I'm your light. And that's how I feel. And can't nobody take that away from me. But it's just like, you could be going through something that's a 40. And the minute you come around people and you your 40 is weighing on you, they mad.
And that's what's wrong with people, because what I'm learning as I get older and just looking back, even dealing with either younger people, or just people in general, I'm learning that a lot of people don't know how to take themselves out of things. We internalize every single thing that people do. And it's just like, well, maybe it's not you. Maybe they just actually have a lot going on. Maybe they're actually exhausted. Yeah, maybe they are just don't have the capacity. I'm big on asking somebody, you got the capacity for this right now before I just dump on you? Because maybe they have stuff that they're dealing with. And my daddy had to tell me this recently, regarding my mate. A lot of people have things like, people have other things going on. And I had to be like, but no, people actually do have.
You see, for me, I know you guys don't know, I'm the type of friend, and I've always been like that. I may not be like that now due to just past friend experiences where I felt like I gave my all, and then I ended with the short end of the stick at the end of the day. But I would take on so much of what my friend was going through. I feel like I lost myself in a friend.
Yeah.
I feel like I did not know who the fuck I was. I didn't know how to come out of that until I was like, okay, baby, you 98ing right now for them, and you 2% for you.
Yeah.
What are you doing? And even if I didn't, it's reversed now, and I feel like I definitely see the difference, and I definitely see the impact that I don't 98% for my friends anymore.
Yeah.
And it's like, dang, it makes me feel like a bad friend because I don't be caring what nobody go through no more. And I feel bad about that because
it's not that you don't care.
I don't.
It's just you.
No. I don't be caring about what people have going on anymore. And it's because I cared so much about some certain friends, and I cared so much about certain things that I feel like it left me dead on the side of the road, is how I feel.
Yeah.
How I used to come for my friends, I don't come like that no more.
Yeah.
And I had a conversation with a friend, and it's just like, I feel like that's one of the reasons why I want to get in therapy, because I want to be able to learn how to love y'all at 98% again, but I'm, at 100%. But I'm also in that 100%. I'm also giving myself that too.
Yeah.
I like when friends want to talk to me about certain situations, I don't care. If you may have never noticed it, because I don't think I do that with you.
No.
But certain friends, yeah, like when.
But I also don't allow you to take all my stuff.
But see, that's the thing. You telling me something, I'm taking it on. You won't know. But because you told it to me, it's now in my life.
Yeah.
So it's just for me, it's just, I do it to you, but you don't know that I do it to you, because at the end of the day, I've been knowing you since 14 years old. So it's just, for me, I don't want to be that friend where I feel like I know that I'm not caring.
How do you feel about going to therapy as friends? Like, if, like, not so much going to therapy, maybe, going to therapy as friends. Like, if this is really a friend that you care about, and y'all keep having not so much friction, but y'all just can't see each other. Y'all can't.
I will go for it. One thing about Two in the Show, I just told a good friend of mine last night. I was dropping her off at home, and I told her, I said, I'm fighting for this friendship. If I'm fighting, I want you in my life. I'm going to fight for the ones I want in my life. You ain't fighting with me, and I finally catch on that you're not fighting with me, I'm good.
Yeah, for sure.
But I'm going to fight for who I want in my life, because for one, we're getting older. I'm open to having new people in my life.
Right.
But I want to keep the people that's been in my life.
Yeah.
And I get it. You got seasons and reasons, and nah. Because I feel like, because the Lord know me so well, if you've been in my life for a long time, you were meant to be there. The only reason why you ain't in my life is because of something that you decided.
Right.
It ain't because of me.
Yeah.
Right? So I literally have most of the same friends. I talk to a lot of people I went to elementary school with still, a lot of people I went to middle school with still. And they ain't gotta be my best friends, but them is some of the people I lean on y'all.
Cool, yeah.
Y'all my family.
So, like, going back to why black people in the black community don't go to therapy, I think it may also come from, like, more on a religious tip where people will be like, just pray about it. Just pray about it. I think it takes 50-50. I really take, like you said, God will send people, but I also feel like we got to get down on our knees and get in the Bible and seek God for ourselves. He speaks to us through parables, right? Mm-hmm. So we have to get in the Bible. But some things you can't just pray about all the time. Like, yes, we're going to pray about it, but it's just like, sometimes I find myself exhausted at coming to God about the same thing. Like, God, I'm exhausted about praying about this. I know you're going to come through. Like, having that faith and that trust. But I feel like now, my God was just telling me, like, I really think you should seek therapy.
Yeah, because if he's telling you, then that means that the person that you find is going to be the person that he sent to you.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I'm saying. I feel like it's more than just that step.
Yeah.
And then guess what? Your therapist can be a pastor.
Mm-hmm.
Your therapist don't have to be. Okay, so with that, of course, if you go to a pastor, it is just going to be Bible based. It is going to be just
I want like a faith based therapist.
So then you don't have to have a pastor, but I'm just saying a lot of people, they like to go to their pastors and stuff like that. But finding someone that works for you,
mm-hmm.
and that you feel, because at the end of the day, it's on how you feel.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, dang, they helped me through this. Yeah. And then you're seeing the action, you're seeing the work, you're seeing what it does, you're seeing that 1 + 1 is equaling 2.
Yeah.
It's not equaling 4. So it's not like you have a disconnect, and it's just like, you know what, I truly appreciate you because you got me through one of the hardest times I've ever been through.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, once you find that person, once you get that person, you know that it's you and then it's him.
Yeah.
And I'm thanking you because I'm able to talk to you. You able to see me. Even he's able to see, but it's like you're physically here with me.
Yeah.
And I know that you in it with me too.
Right.
And if I'm being honest, I don't even know how therapists do it because you are literally taking on.
They have
so many different personalities and energies, and it's just like
so many problems.
You was God's child.
Yeah, but I also, because my sister's a therapist. My sister is a behavioral specialist. Well, she specializes in behavioral
mm-hmm.
therapy, but she also does like mental illness and things like that. So I do know that a lot of therapists, they have therapists that they have to go to and seek guidance from mm-hmm. because they also have things. And I'm finding that a lot of people that have became therapists because they needed somebody in their life to go mm-hmm. to. So a lot of therapists still have like a lot of things that they're addressing. I know as for me and my family, we want to seek therapy as a family because it's nothing but women, me, my mom, and my sister. And so it's just like, I feel like although our generation's like, yes, I want to go to therapy, and yes, I'm in therapy. The generations before us, our grandparents, our parents, our great-grandparents, they didn't believe in therapy. And I've been seeing the trend on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, where, they have the glasses of look like Coke or tea or something like that. And it's like your grandparents with the dark drink, like the Coke, and then they pouring it into mm-hmm. your parents' cup, and it's still a dark Coke. And then like your parents poured it into your cup, and then it's still dark. But then they pour the water into your cup because we're the ones that's actually seeking the help.
Trying to break those generational curses.
Yeah, and I think that is so important in the generations to come mm-hmm. because a lot of people say what they want to say about Gen Z. But one thing about these Gen Z kids, they take life so serious. I've never seen a generation take life as serious. You got 23, 24-year-olds, heading up companies. You got them, breaking these barriers and actually in my community, in my church community, I see more 23, 24, 25-year-olds so serious about the Lord than I do of my generation and up. Like, it's just like, I love how serious they are, and I love how dedicated they are to making sure that they are breaking these generational curses. And I think millennials, we're just now starting to like, we done been through a lot as a generation. We have seen the world turn. Yes.
We had COVID, even though they had COVID too, but we had COVID. We had to deal with 106 and Park being gone.
Yeah, we had to deal with we got a black president 2 terms, then we had to deal with the little orange man coming, and now we got to deal with him even more. I don't know if y'all remember, but in 1999, when the new year was coming, and they was like,
1999, I had just moved from New York to
they was saying,
Georgia.
So I don't know if it was like across the globe, it had to be because it was on the news, but they was saying like, the world is gonna end in 2000, a new millennium. I was so terrified of the year 2000 because I thought we was gonna go up in smoke. And I'm all of 6 years old, thinking that the world gonna go up in smoke for 2000. We done dealt with dial-up to Wi-Fi. We done dealt with house phones, cell phones.
We done been through that thing. Them 90s babies.
So we got a lot of stuff.
We for it tough, y'all, baby.
We're for it tough, but we're also soft. And we need an outlet. And so, like, outside of therapy, because I'm still seeking, but outside of therapy, I found other things to cope with. Like, back in the day, I used to, pole dance used to be my therapy. Mm-hmm. And where I found, I'm learning that I deal with things in relationship. So pole dance, I equated that to a relationship that I, not a romantic relationship, but a relationship that I had with people in the pole community. Mm-hmm. And it's just like, now that those have dwindled down, I'm really not interested in pole right now. Like, it's still something that I love and enjoy, and I feel free when I do it, but I'm just not as interested as I used to be. So outside of therapy, I've been trying to find other things, like other activities. But like, when that man was like, no, baby, you really need to go to therapy. And I'm like, I'm that bad. But it's not a bad, I think
instead of looking at it as a negative, it could be a positive. It is at the end of the day, it's like hey.
Yeah.
You are a good person, but you do have some things that you need to work on.
Right.
And if you're not seeing it, but somebody else can see it, and most people will get offended.
Yeah.
If you be like, bro, you need some therapy.
We see it.
I tell people all the time that you need therapy. I don't care if you get mad or not, because at the end of the day, I need therapy. I know I need it. So, motherfucker, if I know I need it, I know you need it.
Yeah. And it's just like, and it's not so much of like stuff that you need to work on as a person. It's just stuff that you need to heal from. Mm. And I've been in that zone of healing, because I don't want to, especially like if you're talking about relationships, mm-hmm. I don't want to carry my trauma and my hurt and all of this from my past relationships into this new relationship. Right. I don't want to take someone that's 100 and make him 75 or 50 because I got all of this baggage and this trauma. It's like, I can't help the past. The past is going to be the past, but I can control how I allow it to dictate my future. Right. And I think that's where people don't realize that they need therapy, because we hold so much trauma, whether it be from relationships, friendships, or just childhood trauma. A lot of people don't address childhood trauma. And so,
because I know I got some things kept that my mama found out about something about a year or two ago that she did not know about. And then me and my sister had to talk about it, and I'm just like, it'd be like, well, did all black kids get touched on by a family member?
It's starting to sound,
because it's like when you talk to other people and you just hear their stuff, and you just be like, is this my time when I tell my story? Because they telling their story?
Yeah.
Or do I be quiet because I don't want nobody to really know what's going on? It's just like, but you put it in the back of your head, and then a friend request comes in from the person that touched you.
Oh, wow.
And then it's just like, do you accept it because technically that was supposed to be family?
Mm-hmm.
Or do you let it linger? When they write you and say, hey, Merry Christmas, Happy Birthday, do you reply back? Do you not say anything? Like, what do you do? Because do they realize or remember what they did to you?
Yeah.
Do you want to bring that up to even try to spark something or make something shake? Or do you just let it be? But yeah, I think everybody should go to therapy.
Yeah, for sure. And you know what? And just hearing people's stories, like, I never understood why my mom was like, ain't you glad that you got, and I just used to think she was boasting about herself, but I really thank God that I never experienced stuff like that. Like, my childhood trauma comes from like poverty formed issues, like not having no heat, not having no hot water, like stuff like that. Having to get a job at 14.
You deal with that on top of that.
Yeah, I can
only
imagine.
Your mama friend, you staying with your mama friend and the uncle on top of that.
Yeah.
Then it's just like,
you definitely
people wonder why, and that's why I had therapy as a kid. But I didn't say nothing to them. I don't think I said anything. You know, it's just things that you deal with, and it's just like, that's a shame.
Yeah.
Because if you get your ass beat, you can't go to DFACS. You can't go to you can't go to your doctor and tell your doctor,
that
hey,
was a lot
where you get this bruise from?
Yeah.
Oh, I fell, knowing that you just got your with the dang on buckle of a belt.
And see, that was a lot of reason why I think now millennials are now starting to stand up to our parents and stand up and like take self-care, like not standing up, not being disrespectful.
Standing up, because I'm standing.
I'm not being disrespectful.
Yeah, but disrespectful, but I'm standing up.
I care. I be like, girl, you was wrong, and that was borderline child abuse, but I'm gonna let you cook.
I stand up,
but I'm not gonna do my kids like that.
And I tell my mom, listen.
Yeah.
The way y'all grew up is not how we are growing up.
Yeah, no.
When I was a kid, I had no choice but to shut up.
Mm-hmm.
I had no choice but to be quiet. I had no choice but to let you be the mother, because then I'm a kid. But now that I'm grown, ma'am, respect is given.
Right.
If you don't give it to me, you will not get it from me. And it's just a simple fact of, I've always said that we need therapy because as a family unit, we are all we have.
Yeah.
You will never have another family ever again. Whether you call your best friend family your family, that is not your family.
Right.
They don't got no blood running through you.
Even the family you create, you still need therapy with your born family, because it's gonna spew over to the family that you create.
Why niggas didn't think to go to therapy? Because that's not what y'all were taught to do.
But it's also because, like, I know just growing up in the South and like having a close-knit family where, you know, grandma, aunties, uncles, like my mom used to be like, sorry, Kara, girl, love ya. I always like, what happens in my house stays in my house. And I know that's consistent across, like,
I think that's like in every black whole family.
Yeah, what happens
in that's the problem of why kids get molested and they don't say nothing. And then when your kid do get molested, you don't believe your child because Uncle Ray Ray wouldn't do that. Auntie Pookie wouldn't do that. And in reality, you got people that's messed up, so they did it. But that is the stigma.
Yeah,
I know it is for all black families.
Yeah,
what happens in this house stays in this house.
That's why I know it's consistent.
Then it's
even in African families.
No, your friends can't come spend the night. You can't go spend the night over there because I don't know what they got going on in their house.
Yeah,
but because y'all got sheltered and because y'all generation was a generation of touchy. Y'all generation got touched on a lot.
Yeah.
And it's just like, now you bringing that here, your kid can't have no life. Now your kid rebelling. Now your kid running away. Now your kid got demons at the age of freaking 4 that they're trying to deal with, and you trying to figure out why your daughter crazy and why your daughter picking up knives, ready to stab everybody, ready to kill people, and you trying to worry about what's going on.
Yeah. I think we just have to. We definitely have to, and that's why I said this newer generation, this younger generation, they are breaking the barriers, and I'm proud of them for that, because where we were just told to, I think I was early this year, I was mentoring a young lady and she was having problems with her mom, and I was like, you just need to reconcile. And she was like, but no, she can't talk to me like this, she can't. And I'm like, at the end of the day, that's your mom. Moms will be moms. But I just think under your parent, you need to reconcile. And she was like, see, you got that old school mentality. And I'm like, What's the old school mentality?
Yeah, you got. I don't look at that like that. I get where the Bible says, "Honor thy father, honor thy mother."
Mm-hmm.
But what I will not allow to happen is for you to, and this goes for anybody, not just my mama or daddy, sister, brother, cousin, uncle. It goes for anybody. If I am seeking peace, and if I am trying to seek something different to where I can be able to be somebody different, but also still just be me, and you continue to bring me back to where I don't want to be,
yeah,
I don't care who you are.
Yeah.
I cannot give it to you.
Mm-hmm.
I can't.
You know, what happens in the spiritual, like when we're asleep and things like that, it comes to life in the natural most times. So what we have to do, and like I said, I ain't trying to preach to y'all for real, but what we have to do is we have to denounce that. What we have to do is we have to denounce that. Like God comes to me in dreams. He gives me, I think I have the gift of the knowing. And so, what I've started doing is like, you know what, God, whatever happened in that dream, I come up out of that. I come out of agreement with it. Like, just going deeper in faith. And I think that has helped me heal some wounds, but I know the trauma still sits there. So I need the therapy. And so that just to wrap this on up, I want to go to a Bible verse because I feel like with therapy, we need it. Romans 12:2. Do not be conformed to the pattern of this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. Meaning, therapy can be a tool that God uses to help you renew our minds, to help us come up out of alignment with other things and align with our thoughts and with God's purpose and transform how we live through therapy. I think I feel like, I feel like healing is contagious, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'll say, like, just for example,
Fill me up.
Hey, come on with a song.
Till I overflow.
Yeah, what you do?
I wanna run over. I wanna run over.
Yeah.
Fill me up.
Yeah. But like I said, healing is contagious. And I use this as an example, like me and my dad's relationship. I feel like my dad would be aggressive towards me, so I would meet him towards aggression.
Mm-hmm.
So when he's aggressive towards me, how I react to him just started to be like, okay, well, I'll talk to you later. Love you. Right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not responding to that aggression. So in fact, I'm showing him how to handle me and love me in the way that I need to be loved now. Mm-hmm. So instead of me like I normally would, it's sending a shock.
Because baby, you meet me with a 10, I'm gonna meet you with a 40.
So yeah, I'm reacting differently. And so with me reacting differently, showing that I'm healing. So I'm giving him permission to do the same. Mm-hmm. So I feel like healing is contagious. I also want to stop passing down silence and just start passing down tools. So instead of us being silent about our battles, some things we have to deal with on our own, and a lot of things we're not comfortable with sharing. And I want to say I'm proud of you for opening up today. Girl. I am. But what I'm saying is
up in here today.
Like, sharing your testimony, sharing your story, because I'm so big on sharing because I never know what the next woman may be going through.
I know that's where, or man, okay.
There may be someone going through exactly what we're going through, and they're battling. They're in the fight. And sometimes we lose sight of Jesus when we're battling because it's just like, you love me, but yeah, you do this. You love me, but yet you allow this. So sometimes
you ain't allowed nothing, baby. You gonna go through what you got to go through in order to be able to get to where you got to go.
No, but sometimes God will allow some things to happen
in order for you to get
on that.
Right.
But
I just said that for you to get to where you got to go.
But
and then I saw something since you brought that up. It said sometimes the Lord ain't gonna come in that season. But you got to be able to fight because that next season he'll be able to show up. At the end of the day, how many people it is in the world? Over 8 billion. And whether you are there or not, it's one God. And at the end of the day, he is trying to be able to watch and look over everybody. He only one man. So if he don't come when you want him, just know he'll be there right on time. I tell you, he's a long time guy. Oh yes, he.
Told you she gonna be evangelist. She don't think so. And she
Baby, listen, don't. I'm about to
she
be
be shaping the atmosphere. She really do. But
be an
no,
actress.
you can love God and have a therapist. I want y'all to know that. So don't think that because I'm Christian and I'm spiritual, baby. I love Jesus down. Okay, that's my hitter. That's me and
Baby,
Jesus,
I love him
right?
down too, honey, and I'm just
But
a little eccentric.
I do acknowledge that God gives us tools. And when I mean tools, He sends people with those tools to help us counteract how we're feeling, what we're dealing with, and give us tools of life outside of the word. So, yeah, I want y'all to, if you want to, seek some therapy. You have
I
community
suggest you
centers.
guys seek therapy.
Yeah, and even if you can't afford it right now, you do have community centers that offer things like that. And we're gonna make sure we do a good job at putting those resources out with this episode of some centers and resources that you can call. If you're battling suicide, there are helplines, disaster helplines. If you just need to phone a friend, yeah, I pray that you get in community. Um, Sometimes when my friends can't take on everything, so I call my leaders of my church or my the people that God have assigned to me, my sisters in Christ. Like I go to them when I can't pray for myself, when I ain't got the words, and when like I told you, I get exhausted with praying for the same thing. And I'm like, God, you know what I need. I'm tired. I have to.
I'm tired of this grandpa.
That's just too bad.
I don't know why that came.
But yeah, so I encourage y'all to get in community. If it's men, I think men need men. Men need men that are either where they are and are striving to be. Men that if you're married, I feel like you need some God fearing married men. If you are just looking for community as a single man, I feel like you need some God fearing men. And I hate to take everything back to God and be that person, but no, we're gonna call it what it is. We need Jesus. We as a community need Jesus. And we need to come together. So get a community, y'all. I appreciate y'all for tuning in.
Yes, now therapy is not the destruction of the Black community.
No, it's not.
Therapy is going to help us.
It's actually gonna be
Please don't run away.
Yeah, so thank y'all for tuning in. Drop a comment below if you have gone to therapy, if you are in therapy. Share us your therapy journey. I know therapists, especially Black therapists, are on
Hey, any
line.
therapist that sees this and want to be able to do some sessions with some people, please drop your comment, hit us in the DM, please. We are open for everything. Until next time,
Peace and love. Stay grounded, stay bold.
and stay you.
Love y'all. All right, baby. That's a wrap for today's episode. Remember, you are the blessing, not the burden, and the breakthrough starts with you. So if this episode fed your spirit, drop a review, share it with your crew, and don't forget to tag us on social media at the Bay Talk Podcast. Stay bold, stay grounded, and keep becoming the woman that God called you to be. We'll catch you next time on the Bay Talk Podcast. Peace.